PrincipeTv Overview. Gold History. Let's explore the history of gold in Ghana, one of the most important and fascinating aspects of the country's identity, economy, and global reputation. Overview. Ghana, often called the Gold Coast before independence, has one of the richest gold traditions in Africa. Gold has shaped Ghana's culture, trade, and politics for over 1,000 years, long before Europeans arrived. 1. Ancient and pre-colonial era, before the 15th century. Early gold production. Gold was being mined in what is now Ghana as early as the 5th century AD, mainly by small local communities using traditional methods, panning, rivers, shallow digging, etc. The ancient kingdoms. The Wangara, Soninka traders, and other groups from the Sahel were early participants in gold trade. The ancient Ghana Empire, not in modern Ghana, but in present-day Mali and Mauritania, was one of the first major powers to benefit from gold trade, which also involved gold from the forests of modern Ghana. Later, the Akan kingdoms, especially Denkira, Akiem, Wassa, and Asante, rose to power in southern Ghana, largely due to control of gold fields. Trans-Saharan trade. Gold from Ghana was traded north across the Sahara Desert for salt, textiles, horses, and other goods. It reached North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe, making West Africa famous as a source of immense wealth. 2. European arrival and the Gold Coast, 15th to 19th century. Portuguese traders arrived on the coast around 1471, drawn by rumors of abundant gold. They called the region the Mina de Ouro, the mine of gold, hence the name Elmina, where they built Elmina Castle in 1482, the first European structure in sub-Saharan Africa. Over time, other European powers arrived, Dutch, British, Danish, and Swedes, all competing for control of gold trade and later the slave trade. Ashanti Empire, 17th to 19th centuries. The Asante Kingdom, centered in Kumasi, became one of the most powerful states in West Africa. Gold was central to its wealth and identity. The golden stool, Sika Dwa Kofi, symbolized the soul of the Asante nation. The British fought several Anglo-Asante wars to control the region's gold and trade routes. 3rd. Colonial period, 19th to 20th century. The British gradually established control over the region, naming it the Gold Coast Colony, formally declared in 1874. Large-scale mechanized gold mining began under British colonial rule, especially in Obuasi, Prestea, Tarkwa, and Konongo. The Ashanti Goldfields Corporation, AGC, was established in 1897, marking the beginning of industrial mining in Ghana. 4th post-independence era, 1957 to present. When Ghana gained independence in 1957, gold remained a cornerstone of its economy. The state created the Ghana Chamber of Mines and later the Ghana National Manganese Corporation and State Gold Mining Corporation to manage resources. In the 1980s, economic reforms encouraged foreign investment, leading to the growth of major gold mining companies like Anglo Gold Ashanti, formerly Ashanti Goldfields, Newmont Ghana, Goldfields Ghana. 5. Modern gold mining and economy. Ghana is now Africa's largest gold producer, surpassing South Africa in 2019. Gold contributes around 40% of Ghana's total exports and a major share of GDP. Major mining regions: Ashanti, Western, Western North, and Central regions. However, illegal small-scale mining, galamsey, has become a major environmental and social issue, affecting rivers and forests. 6. Cultural and symbolic importance. Gold remains a symbol of royalty, purity, and power in Ghanaian culture. Traditional chiefs and the Asantehene still use gold regalia, jewelry, crowns, and staffs during ceremonies. The golden stool remains one of the most sacred objects in West Africa. Summary timeline, period, event/development. 5th to 13th centuries. Indigenous gold mining and trade with the Sahel. 15th century, arrival of Portuguese, start of European trade. 17th to 19th centuries. Rise of Asante Empire, wars with Britain over gold. 1874. British declare Gold Coast colony. 1897. Ashanti Goldfields Corporation founded. 1957. Ghana gains independence. 1980s. Mining sector liberalization and foreign investment. 2019. Ghana becomes Africa's top gold producer. Here are some visual aids plus context to go with them, along with more on how they tie into Ghana's gold history. Visuals and their significance. 1. Elmina Castle/St. George's Castle. This is one of the most iconic historical buildings on Ghana's coast. Built in 1482 by the Portuguese as a trading fort, initially focused on gold and other commodities. Later, it became a central node in the Atlantic slave trade under different European powers. Its location, on the Gulf of Guinea with sea access, made it a strategic point for linking inland gold producers with European markets. Over time, the fort changed hands, Portuguese to Dutch to British, as control over trade, especially gold, shifted. Seeing its walls, courtyards, dungeons, and ramparts gives you a tangible sense of how coastal forts mediated the connection between local gold fields and overseas demand. 2. Interior, courtyard views. You'll see images that show internal structures, courtyards, administrative rooms, hallways, and the layout of the castle's interior. These show where goods were processed, stored, and traded. Some rooms were warehouses for goods like gold and ivory. Others later were used as holding cells, especially when the site became part of the slave trade system. The architectural layout helps illustrate how trade, power, and control were physically embedded into space. Maps and mining regions. Context. While I didn't find a ready-made map in this set of images, here's where gold activity was historically, and continues to be, concentrated in Ghana. Ashanti region, heartland of gold production, especially around Obuasi, a major gold mine. Western North regions, rich in gold deposits, e.g. Tarkwa. Central, eastern, and southern parts, historically active in smaller-scale gold workings. Coastal forts like Elmina served as export ports, connecting inland gold producers to European traders. You can imagine a network, inland mining towns arrow rivers and trails arrow forts like Elmina arrow European ships. How the images tie into gold history. Elmina Castle was not only a fortress but also an economic hub. It anchored European presence on the coast, primarily on the pretext of gold trade, but later became entwined with the slave trade as a darker chapter. The interiors and storage rooms remind us that gold, ivory, and other trade goods were handled, secured, and moved through these spaces.